Hello guys, and welcome to my Pokemon Y Egglocke Hatching Q&A video. Obviously, as I answer these questions, I'm going to be hatching all the eggs in the background. For this, I'm using the quick egg hatch sort of code from Power Saves. That's basically, I can use it on the whole first box in the PC, and then every egg is there. It's going to take one step to hatch, which is very helpful, because this took 2 hours and a bit to hatch all the eggs overall, and doing that normally, just riding the bike and such, would take even longer. So I'm glad for that, but yeah, that's going to be happening in the background. Going to be here for all the boxes, so keep your eyes out for your own egg if you manage to sell one into me when I answer these questions. So, questions going to appear at the bottom of the screen when I'm answering them, so yeah, let's pretty much get on with this. First question comes from Tomas Tavera, I'm sorry if I pronounced the name wrong, asking how old am I and do you think I'm going to stick with Pokemon forever? I'm 17 at the moment, I'm going to be 18 in June, right on the end of June, June 30th, and I can't really say whether I'm going to stick with Pokemon forever because I don't know how I'm going to feel in a year's time, let's say, or 2 years' time. But I feel at the moment I'm going to stick with Pokemon forever. I mean, it was there from almost the very start of my childhood. It's been there when we've all the way up to my teenage years and such. So, really, if not for the fact that the game is interesting me, in fact, just sort of trying to get back to that nostalgia, pretty much. So I probably will stick with Pokemon forever. If not, as a hardcore gamer, maybe just picking up the games and trying them as they come out in the future. Who knows how long Pokemon's going to go on for, even. The second question comes from Shiny Zarguiding Zaki, nice name, who asks, what's my favourite legendary Pokemon, not including Diancie, Volcanion or Hooper? Now I have several favourite legendaries, to be honest. I don't really fixate on a single one. I think one of my favourite was Rayquaza, because that was the legendary that sort of stood out for me most as a child, because I got Fire Red and Leaf Green, or got Fire Red rather, and then got Emerald afterwards. So there's no real sort of big legendary in Fire Red, because Mewtwo wasn't really focused on a whole lot, whereas in Emerald, Rayquaza has a big focus, so obviously it's on the box and that, so really that sort of stuck in my mind as my favourite legendary. But then when I got Pokemon Diamond, Dialga was then one of my favourite legendaries then, and then coming up to sort of Zekrom's a good high on my list as well. It's pretty damn cool. And then Yveltal was on my list of favourite legendaries as well, because I don't know, it's just cool. Yveltal is really cool to me, especially Oblivion Wing. It's just a really strong move. Yeah, even though it falls out to Xerneas, its counterpart because of the typing. Third question comes from Mrs. Luca473, asking what's my favourite Mega Pokemon and what's the best part of the Egglock? My favourite Mega Evolution might be Charizard Y, because I like Charizard, and Charizard Y is basically a bigger, more badass Charizard. But then again, other Pokemon, Mega Pokemon like Mega Manectric's pretty cool as well. I do quite like using Mega Manectric. Mega Gyarados as well, because I like using my Sleep Talk tank setup for that as well. There's several favourite Megas really. And the best part of the Egglock was, might have been, I think, the finale. That the finale was the best part. I had the most fun there. It was really intense. We were so close to winning. Yeah, it was sort of the worst and the best part of the Egglock, because I had so much fun then. It was so intense, but unfortunately we lost in the end. If you haven't seen the finale, spoilers, but yeah. But yeah, I think that was probably the best part of the Egglock. Then Patrick Barendrecht, I can't read names, I'm sorry, asks what's my favourite Pokemon game. It's a hard one to choose from. I mean, Fire Red was when I came in first, that's a pretty strong game for me. Then Emerald sort of where I got more into it, so that's pretty strong as well. Diamond was the first one where I properly get onto Pokemon, I was probably focused on it in that, so there's another one there. But I did quite Platinum, not as much. It's probably a better game than Diamond, but it doesn't sort of stand out quite as much for me. However, Heart Gold and Soul Silver were games where I really got into it. I bought both of the games when they came out, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, so they might be strong on the list. Then again, X and Y also pretty strong on the list, because I have so much fun playing X and Y. Still playing them now, breeding and that, so they've really kept me engaged, I guess. I can't really choose a single Pokemon game, it's just a mix of all those, that's all tied. Then Typhlosion432 asks, if you could choose a mix of two types for Pokemon in Generation 7, what would they be? For example, Fairy, Dragon. Probably Fire, Electric, because those are my two favourite types, and I really want Fire Electric Pokemon. Obviously we've had Rotom Heat, but that I don't class that as a Fire Electric Pokemon, because it's just a form. I want to see a proper Fire Electric Pokemon, sort of, blazing, lightning, stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool to see. Apart from that, probably some more dragon fairy typings rather, so maybe a fire fairy type, fairy dragon type rather, and a fire fairy type, and other things like that. See how fairy works with other types as well. It's just normal, and then the other ones we've seen as well. Then Petros Provolisianos, I think I got that fairly right, asks, what starter would you like to get Mega Evolution in future games? I would like every single starter to get a Mega Evolution in future games, because every single starter deserves one, because that's how it should be. Every single starter should get one. It should be equal. You can't just have the Kanto ones getting some because they're popular. You need to give every single starter set, I guess, a Mega Evolution. And in my opinion, I don't think Charizard should have gotten 2 Mega Evolutions because of the fact that it just made it sort of, if you're going to give Charizard 2 Mega Evolutions, you have to give Venusaur and Blastoise 2 as well, otherwise this is pointless. I know obviously they chose Charizard to get 2 because it's very popular, but still, and that was obviously a way for people to get Pokemon X and Pokemon Y for both Mega Stones, but still, it's really annoying, really. Mohammed Irfan asks, what's my favourite curse word? I don't really have a favourite curse word. I'm like, yeah, I really like saying fuck, or really like saying twat, or whatever. I really just say what comes to mind. I don't really have a favourite one. Yeah, I can't really answer that question very well. James Parker asks, what is my favourite starter from each generation? So, my favourite starter from Generation 1 is Charmander, Generation 2 it's Cyndaquil, Generation 3 it's probably Torchic, maybe Mudkip, Generation 4 Chimchar, Generation 5, it's got to be Tepig there, because that's the one I chose originally for Generation 5, and Generation 6, I think Chespin there, because Chespin, I just love, that Chespin's so cool! I love Chespin so much, but yeah. James Parker then asks again, what's my favourite legendary trio? It's a hard one to choose from. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Rayquaza stands out for me, and obviously Groudon and Kyogre are pretty cool too. Then we have Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, the Tau trio, Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem don't stand out too much to me because I skipped Generation 5. Zygarde, Yveltal, Xerneas, not as much really, they don't really stand out too much to me to be honest. So I probably have to go with Rayquaza, yeah, Rayquaza and Rayquaza, Groudon, Koga. Wishcast Baby asks, what type do you think Mega Wishcast would be? Maybe Dragon Ground, maybe Water Dragon, maybe something else, I'm not quite sure, maybe just stick with the Water Ground typing, I guess, I'm not quite sure, because it could come as some sort of dragon, but then again, it could not, so I'm not sure if Ground Dragon would fit it better, or whether Water Dragon would fit it better, because obviously if you lose your Water typing, you've lost your sort of, I don't know really. I don't know, it's a hard one there. Either Water Dragon or just sticking with the Water Ground typing. Misson Karam asks, what's my favourite Generation 6 Pokemon? This one's a hard one to answer because there's so many nice ones. Maybe Yveltal, maybe Chestnut, maybe Klefki, just any of the Generation 6 Pokemon. I can't deal with favourites, I just like them all so much. Senclaps asks, what do you want to see in the next Pokemon game? Well, if we're looking at still in Generation 6, I'd like to see a better post-game, definitely in the remake for X and Y. Obviously, if we were in Sapphire, we'd definitely get a post-game there, but obviously a good post-game for the remake, definitely. Maybe some easier menus to use, like where every time you win the trade you have to go and save each time, which gets really annoying. And obviously, you win a trade, it takes you back out to the menu. It'd be nice if you just kept you in the Wonder Trade menu so you can do one after the other. That'd make it a whole lot nicer to sort of do in that way, yeah. Super Salamence 93 asks, would you like to live in another country? This is a tricky one. I don't know if I would like to. I mean, I might. But the UK is pretty cool. You know, you got good stuff in the UK. It's no extremes of weather, or not at the moment at least, you might in the future because of global warming and such, but no extreme weather right now. You know, rather than a place in America, you've got tornadoes and everything. Place in Australia, you've got extreme heat, and obviously things that can kill you. Places around the world, you know, extreme heat, extreme cold. So maybe, yeah, the UK is a general round of that place, so maybe, I don't know, I can't really answer that one because obviously it depends what situation I'm in when I'm older. The Red Enderman 1 asks, what dual types do you want the next starts to be and why? Maybe, yeah, maybe that will work. Maybe, I want it, yeah, this one might be nice to see. Maybe if you had every single starter to evolve into a dual dragon type. So the fire starter evolves into fire dragon type, grass starter evolves into grass dragon, and the water type evolves into water dragon. That way you get 3 dragons we haven't seen before, I don't think at least, or 3 dragon types we haven't seen before rather, apart from the legendaries, like Reshiram for example. Because then you get, and then obviously they'd still have those resistances against each other, but they would all have a strength against each other as well. So obviously water would have a double strength against fire and dragon, and then around like that, but then fire can still strike back with a dragon itself, so that might make it interesting having like all the same sort of type there. But I doubt they'll do it, just because that would be a bit, because then whatever you choose is weak to fairy, apart from, yeah, I guess if you chose the fire starter you wouldn't be weak to fairy because you resist it, sort of. I don't know, but I think that would be a cool idea to do. Toxic Ninja 2000 asked, who's your favourite Pokemon from the Pokemon Y Egglock? It's got to be Napion. Napion was there from, I think it was, since we were at the 5th gym, all the way up to the end, last Pokemon to die. Should have won, he should have been the sole survivor from the Egglock, but unfortunately it wasn't. It just got screwed over by some stupid 4 restores, which is terrible. But yeah, that been Napion then. Playful Shaman asks, can you make a tutorial video where you show how to make and use the layouts you use in your Pokemon Egglock videos? Not really, because I don't make the layouts myself. The layout for the Pokemon Y Egglock was made by Chameleon Games. He was linked in every description of my Egglock. I suppose he'll be in this one too. And then, yeah, to using them, it's using Sony Vegas, the editor. There are tutorials around here everywhere, so just go Google it around and you'll find a way there. Toxic Ninja 2000 again asks, where in England do you live? It might be close to me, not address, just town or something. I live near Bristol. I don't live in Bristol, I live around the area. So obviously people that don't live in the UK, it's going to be nothing to you, but obviously people that do, you might know where Bristol is. I live around in that area. I'm not going to tell you exactly where, because that would be a bit weird. Crafty asks, what are your thoughts if Pokemon were able to hold 2 items or have 2 abilities simultaneously? It would make things OP, but certainly spice up the metagame competitively. It would spice it up, but then it would be it'd be too hard to sort of police, you know, police to control, I guess, because 2 items and 2 abilities, you can have so many different matchups that make you immune to everything. Imagine Shijinja with Wonder Guard, and then, I don't know, something else like, you know, you get what I mean there, guys, you know, something along those lines. It would just be so hard to control, and then obviously meta would be really annoying to use, because then you would just have so, like, now you can figure out whether they're Choice Band or Choice Scarf or Life Orb, but then you have to figure out the other item as well. Then you might have to figure out if they have 2 abilities. It'd be really just crazy. It'd be absolutely crazy. Crafty then asks again, Showdown or Wi-Fi, which is more fun? I like Wi-Fi better because it's sort of actually in the game, and you get sort of the 3D sort of the sense of the battle, whereas Showdown is just a flat 2D screen on your PC. I use my PC all day. So it's not really that fun for me, whereas if I'm on Wi-Fi it means, you know, I'm doing something special on my 3DS, and it's just generally funner. Mr. Cookie Production asks, where do I study? Obviously I'm not going to tell you guys the exact location. I study at a 6th form, obviously in the area around Bristol, and I'm studying my A-levels right now, and I'm planning to, in September, to go to university to study computer science, so that should be fun, shouldn't it? Mohammed Irfan then asks, what shiny and Mega Evolution do you dislike most? Shiny, I probably have to go with Mamoswine, because that thing is just sick ugly. It's like a sickly sort of browny orange colour, I think. Mega Evolution I dislike most. I don't know. Dislike most. I don't really like the fact that Mega Charizard X was here, as I mentioned earlier. I don't think it should have got 2 Mega Evolutions. I like Mega Y much better than Mega X, so obviously Mega X is out the window. I think it just should have got 1 Mega Evolution. That should have been it for Mega Charizard Y, to be honest. Kakashi Hatatki asked, do you know Munching Orange? I know who he is, but I've never spoken to him, so I guess no. I know who he is, but I don't know him as a person, let's say. Taco Bomb TM asked, did you have an inspiration to start YouTube? If so, what was it? I guess inspiration, or who was it rather, not what was it. I guess people that inspired me were people I just watched at the time. Before I started, when I started first doing YouTube years ago on old accounts, I was watching John Carter Primary 11, I was watching Super Skarmory. In the past I've watched Minecraft channels like Ethos Labs, stuff like that. So I guess those are my inspiration, just because they're the ones I watched in the long term, and sort of, you know, thought maybe I can, you know, maybe do some YouTube videos, you know, sort of thing. There. William Smith asks, will you do a Pokemon X and Y Wedlock or Monotype, and what is your favourite shiny? I've already played through Pokemon X and Y 3 times on my channel for Let's Plays. I did my Let's Play for Y, I did a 1 log for X, and I just did another Egglock for Y. So I'm looking in the short term, sort of the next year or 2 years, I probably won't be doing another X and Y playthrough. I might do a stream of X and Y at some point, depending on the situation. Over the summer I'm planning to do some sort of sleep lock or something along those lines, where you have to do it all in one as a stream. I think that'd be interesting to see. But as in terms of Let's Play, probably not. My favourite shiny, there's so many shinies I like. Yeah, there's too many to name really. I like any shiny that looks pretty cool, to be honest. Victribel Zertox asks, if you could change any Mega Evolution design ability to Tabador, what would it be and why? No pun intended. Or alternatively, how long did it take to get all the eggs? It must have been exhausting. So the first question, if I could change any Mega Evolution design, ability type and all, I think, I don't know, I think, there's part of me that thinks Mega Gyarados should have been a Water Dragon type, rather than Water Dark type, because that's just sort of how everyone imagined Gyarados in the first place, and not go as a Water Dragon type is really a bit of a troll. So yeah, obviously, maybe Mega Gyarados being a Water Dragon type, obviously design would change as well a bit. Ability might change too, not quite sure, maybe sort of like something like Aerate, where it turns all normal type moves into Dragon type moves, that might be interesting. But yeah, I think maybe that would probably the Mega Evolution I'd change. How long did it take me to get all the eggs? Well, I was trading for like 2 weeks before I actually started the Egglock, I'm pretty sure, a week, 2 weeks, something like that, and I was also trading for like half the Egglock as well, trading eggs over every now and again from people, so it did take me a while actually, so yeah, it was quite exhausting. Tomato HD asks, what do you have planned for the summer and what is your favourite beverage? Now, I can't really look too far ahead in the summer because I have my exams coming up soon, starting in the middle of May, going through all the way towards the end of June, and that is really going to be, so I have to focus on those. Those are my final exams before I leave sixth form and go on to university, so I have to focus on those to get the grades. So I can't really plan too far ahead for summer, in particular for like certain, I guess, projects and that. But in general, in the summer, I'm hoping to stream on Twitch quite a lot. I might get a Twitch stream started up, do some other games rather than Pokemon on there, in case you guys want to watch them. So maybe games like, I don't know, whatever games I have on my PC. Obviously, I can't stream in very high quality, which is a problem. But maybe over the summer it will increase slightly. I'm not sure. Maybe that would be quite nice if it did, but no promises. But yeah, you know, Twitch streams over the summer might be a commonplace thing every other day, every couple of days on Twitch. Kinda Rose asks, which Mega Pokemon do you think should not exist? I've said already, Mega Charizard X really, I don't think, or at least another one of the Charizard Mega Evolutions shouldn't exist, because they should just have had one, like Blastoise and Venusaur. So that's, I'm not going to say which one, just one of them shouldn't exist. Agostino32 asks, what's my favourite Generation 6 Pokemon? Sort of already answered this, the fact that I can't remember, I don't know, it's too many to focus on. As Greninja's looking pretty cool, Chestnut's awesome, Delphox haven't used too much, but it is pretty cool as well. Even though I hated all three of the Star Evolutions at the start, I really quite like them now. They've grown on me, I guess. But yeah, generally, I like the majority of the Generation 6 Pokemon they introduced. Blizzman How asks, what inspired you to start making YouTube videos? Now, I talked about who inspired me, but what inspired me? I think it was just seeing other content creators making videos, sort of seeing, maybe reading comments saying how people made me happy. So I thought maybe, you know, I've always liked making people happy, making people laugh, stuff like that. So I guess that was one reason why I started making YouTube videos and stuff like that, I guess. Tom Lyon asks several questions here. First one is, do you have anything interesting? I mean, interesting, terrible pun, planned for Easter? No, this is going up after Easter, so I had nothing interesting planned. I've really just had 2 weeks off, so I was really just sort of pumping out episodes, recording episodes in advance of that, just making use of the free time, instead of sort of planning on extra work and stuff like that. If you could visit one city on Earth, which would it be and why? This is a hard one. Maybe New York, because New York's huge, so many places in New York I like to see, I guess. Apart from that, I don't know where else I would like to visit and why, to be honest. Yeah, I guess that's sort of it, I don't know. Were you ever a fan of the Pokemon anime? I was a fan, not a dedicated fan, because it was never really shown properly in the UK. There was never a channel it was on and stuff like that, so really I just sort of had no way of watching it for real, but I used to watch it whenever I could, I guess. And the final question is Integral Games gone for good? At the moment, probably yes. If you guys didn't know, Integral Games is my second channel. I started up back in last September, I'm pretty sure. It ran for like a month, and then X and Y came out, and I decided to focus on my main channel. That still really needs focusing on, because the support, and well, the support's been good, but there's not been much of it. The growth has been really slow on the channel lately, so I really need to work on getting this channel back up to scratch, working ahead towards 50k and beyond, and that's really what I need to focus on at the moment. Obviously, exams coming as well, I'm not going to have any time to do anything. Maybe in the summer, as I said, maybe there'll be extra streams on my Twitch account, if I get Twitch account set up and stuff. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some extra games done in the future, but for the moment, Integral Games is, it's a shutdown project. Ken Burton asks, favourite Dragon-type Pokemon, saying his is Dragonite. Mine most likely Dragonite 2, because of the fact that it's the original dragon, I guess. But apart from that, yeah, maybe Garchomp as well. Garchomp's pretty cool. Apart from that, maybe Haxorus too. Haxorus is pretty beast, but apart from that, I can't really think too much about it yet. Lewis Smith asked several questions again. Number 1, if you could pick a Pokemon to have a Mega Evolution, which one would you choose? Definitely Electivire. Mega Electivire would be beast. It would have Iron Fist and ability, which would power up Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and Cross Chop. I don't know if Cross Chop gets a boost or not, but it might power up Cross Chop, who knows. And that'd be awesome for it. It would obviously be attack boosting, speed boosting as well, maybe. Ability, as I said, Iron Fist, sorry. And yeah, that would generally be it. Extra cables going out around everywhere, maybe some big fists as well. I think that would work really well for Electivire, to be honest. Number 2, what's your favourite Pokemon of all time? That would be Elekid. Elekid, because of a moment I had when I was younger. I was hatching, I was breeding Electabuzz, and I didn't know I was going to hatch into an Elekid, because this is before the days of the internet, or before days where I was on the internet looking around, so I didn't know it was going to be an Elekid, and the Elekid hatched from the egg, and I was like, whoa, mind blown. And I remember that moment, and it's so clearly in my head, and I guess it's just sort of stuck with me, and Elekid slowly made its way towards the top of my list, sort of thing. It's not my favourite Pokemon because of any strength or whatnot. It's just favourite because at that moment I remember it reminds me of my childhood, I guess. Number 3, what's my favourite generation? By far, Generation 4, because Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, which is amazing, and then Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the remakes, were awesome. Obviously the following Pokemon, everything was there. I never played Gen 2, so that was a really good thing for me having the 2 regions there, because I'd never experienced that before, I guess. And number 4, finally, if you're a Pokemon, what would your Pokemon be called apart from Matt? I guess I can say Integral. That's really weak though. Maybe Integral. I don't know. Maybe something related to integration, like a word coming off from Integral. I don't quite know exactly. Okay, so next up we have Lumiosites12 TCG, who asks, what are some of your potential Mega Evolutions? I've spoken about Electivire before, and I guess if Electivire gets a Mega Evolution, then Magmortar needs to get one as well. I'm not quite sure what type Magmortar would be there, Mega Magmortar. Because, oh yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, Electivire, Mega Electivire would definitely be electric fighting type. So that Cross Chop gets a nice powerful stab boost there. Definitely there. Obviously it's getting an Iron Fist, needs to be a fighting type really. Mega Magmortar, fire, maybe fire ground type. I don't quite know what would work on it because it's sort of got cannons and stuff, so it's a special attacker. So maybe fire ground, maybe fire poison. Maybe fire poison might work because magma sort of has a sort of smoky sort of sense to it. I'm not quite sure about that. But other potential Mega Evolutions, I guess we can look at the starter Pokemon, because I say they all need to get Mega Evolutions. Typhlosion would definitely be a fire rock type maybe, because obviously it's got eruption, so I guess it's sort of related to volcanoes in that. And it's called is it the volcano Pokemon or the eruption Pokemon? It's one of those. Then for Alligator would probably just be a pure water type, maybe Water Steel I guess, if it gains some sort of steel type benefit there. Or maybe Water Dragon, because that thing does look quite dragony in nature, and it gets Dragon Dance too, I'm pretty sure, through Egg. And then Meganium, maybe just pure grass type again, maybe Grass Fire, because it's sort of I'm not sure exactly. Grass Fire maybe with Drought as well, because then you get a nice Solar Beam boost, who knows. But then the other starters, Blaziken we've already had. And then what? Mega Swampert, definitely just Water Ground again. Mega Sceptile, Grass Fighting maybe? Grass Fighting, or maybe Grass Dragon for Mega Sceptile too, because that thing is reasonably dragony, I guess. Then moving on to Generation 4, Chimchar, Mega Infernape, just firefighting, I guess generally. Mega Empoleon, keeping the Water Steel typing, and Mega Torterra. Maybe Grass Rock instead of Grass Ground, I'm not quite sure though. If it sort of depends how the design changed, to be honest. And then Generation 5, Mega Emboar, I'll probably have to keep the firefighting typing there. Mega Samurott, maybe Water Steel again, or maybe Water Fighting there because of its sort of its design, I guess, depending on how it changed as well. And then what was the last one? Superior, maybe Grass Dragon there as well because of the fact how it sort of shapes, I guess. It sort of looks like a dragon again, I'm not quite sure. Then Generation 6, Greninja, probably should be a pure Water type again. I don't know if it would keep its protein ability or whether it changed, because you know, it could, I don't know, they could get rid of protein out of its Mega, because that thing would be really overpowered if it had protein, and maybe get something that's like colour change, so it's sort of related to protein, I guess. And then Mega Delphox, I guess, staying Fire Psychic, I guess there's not much you can do to it really. And then Mega Chestnut, maybe Grass Fighting again probably, or maybe Grass Steel, or maybe just, I don't know, something like that, I'm not quite sure. King Catby Pokemon asks, what Mega do you want to see most, which isn't already Mega? Said Electivire. Favourite Mega so far, most likely Charizard Y, but I do like Gyarados again, as I've said earlier. And Mega I hate most, excluding the extra Charizard, it's probably Mega Kangaskhan, just because of how OP it is, but because I don't like it's not really changing at all. The baby is just hopping out the pouch. There's no change, there is a change, but like there's no seeable change, I guess. I'm not sure. King's Dude 1 asks, how do you feel about the new Mega Evolution anime special? Now, since I don't watch the anime at all, I'm not really too fussed about it. But obviously, I think it's nice doing one devote just to Mega Evolutions, but I'm not sure how good it is that they're all in it, all the Mega Evolutions, because it would feel a bit cramped, especially how many they have. But I do like the possibility it might reveal new Mega Evolutions as well, because obviously this guy's going around the region trying to defeat all the Mega Evolutions. So maybe having throwing in a new one or two would be a nice spice up to that. DJ Cooler 50 asks, what would you like to see in the next Pokemon game? Again, obviously, I said earlier, referring to sequels, extra stuff in the post game, maybe some more building on the past of AZ and stuff like that. But in terms of a new generation, definitely some more online stuff. So maybe actually going to each other's games and stuff rather than just being sort of giving each other O powers and stuff like that. The Alpha Wolf X124 asks, how many subscribers do you think you have at the end of 2014? I hope you get 100,000. Well, thank you. I saw someone reply to that comment saying, I hope he gets 1 million. I was like, whoa, okay, too far. I think I'll probably have, looking at the way my growth's going at the moment, probably about 60 or 70k to be honest. My goal at the start of the year was 75k for the end of the year. Slash 100k for a long stretch goal, but I don't think we're going to get there because the growth has been really slow recently and I haven't been able to pick it up at all, which is a shame. But yeah, probably about 60 or 70k. Kevin Thompson asks, what's my favourite Pokemon type? Fire or electric types, because they're just my favourite types. I like how fire is very flamey, I guess, and electric is very sort of shocking and stuff like that, I guess. I'm not sure. They're very powerful types. Sean asks, what's my opinion on FPS games? I used to play FPS games a lot, Call of Duty, Battlefield, stuff like that. I haven't had time for about a year now because of YouTube, but I do quite like them. Obviously, they can cause a lot of stress in people, so we know that people rage about these games, so it's not, if they're enjoyed casually, they're alright, but if they're enjoyed too much, then they're not enjoyed, so I guess, but yeah, they're pretty good games. Avalanche Glory asks, are you planning to play more 3rd gen games or hacks on your channel? Assuming people want to see them, I suppose so. I mean, I haven't played Emerald, I played Fire Red for the Wedlock, and I think that's pretty much all the 3rd gen stuff I've done. There's not any other games I could do, probably Ruby or Sapphire, they only have the co-op going on now. And then there's Leaf Green. So I've covered most of the 3rd gen actual games. Hack wise, I'm sure we're doing more hacks in the future. So yeah, I guess you have to wait around for that. Avalanche Story then asks again, what Pokemon games do you plan to do next, and is it going to be where we vote for the game? Now, I did the vote about a month ago, I'm pretty sure, so if you missed the vote, I'm sorry about that, but you should have been watching out the sub boxes. Sub boxes are usually terrible, so yeah, obviously it's not your fault, necessarily at least. But I'm going to be doing a Pokemon Zeta Nuzlocke and a Pokemon Colosseum Nuzlocke, so 2 Nuzlockes for you guys to enjoy. So that should be fun for you guys to actually witness, I guess. My first hack game, excluding stuff like Sacred Gold and obviously Pokemon Colosseum, Nuzlocke as well, which is not common done. It's been done once before, I think, by Hardy Tech, but we'll see if we can actually win this Nuzlocke, I guess. But yeah, that's what we're doing next. Avalanche Roy asks again, do you think any Pokemon that are that aren't dual Roy should be dual types? If so, what are the Pokemon you want to be dual types? No, I don't think Electivire should be electric fighting. I think Mega Electivire should be, but not normal Electivire. I'm not sure what Pokemon could be dual types. Maybe Plus and Minus should be Electric Fairy rather than just Electric, because they are quite fairy-like. And maybe Volbeat and Minus should be Bug Fairy, because again, they're very fairy-like. But apart from that, I can't really think too much. Destiny Darkrai asks, when did I first start YouTube? This account, the One Integral, was started in January 2013, so just a year and a couple months ago, so we're not too old to be honest. But my first ever YouTube channel was made in like 2009 or 2010, I'm pretty sure, so it was a while ago. I've been on YouTube for a while on several accounts, sort of going here and going and there and going and everywhere. But the One Integral was where I've had my success, or I've got a following, I guess, I'm not sure. Yoshi9 asks, my worst and my favourite Pokemon. My favourite I've already said is Elekid, really, and my worst Pokemon, the one I hate the most, is probably Wobbuffet, because it has use in competitive, but it's an annoying tactic. It's got no decent moves. It's got Counter, Magic Coat, Safeguard, and no idea what the other one is, and obviously it's got not Arena Trap, it's got Shadow Tag, so it's a really annoying Pokemon. It's no strategy really with Wobbuffet at all, so yeah, it really just annoys me there, I guess. Xnimos asks, what is the meaning behind my username? Well, integral comes from maths. Integration is a process in maths, and I'm pretty good at maths, so I was thinking last year, what can I call my channel? And I thought, well, I'm good at maths, maybe something from there. Integrals came to mind, so I just added the 1, to a prefix there, and that's sort of where it came from. It's sort of because the fact that the one integral, so I am the one, I am the one and only, I guess. And then also the fact that you can say integral is integral, so the one integral, so I'm integral to the situation, I guess. I'm not quite sure. It's sort of got a double meaning there, I guess, depending on how you pronounce it. Justin Aragones asks, can you please challenge Shady Penguin to a Pokemon battle? He has around as subs as I do. He's got like 60k subs, I'm pretty sure now, 60, 70k subs almost. So he's not got the same idea. He flew past me. I was on like 30k when he was at like 10k, I think, and he just flew past me since then because he's had so much success, which is awesome. He's a great guy. I've never spoken to him properly, but I mean, I could challenge him to a battle one day. I would get destroyed because he's an awesome battler and I'm terrible. But I guess I can challenge him one day. I really need to get around to challenging more YouTubers because I've hardly done any at the moment. Just because I haven't had any time really. Plus I know I'm going to get destroyed, so. Juiced Brinskma asks, what are you going to do with the Pokemon when you're done with the Egglock? As I will explain at the end of this video, once the hatching is all done, I'm actually going to be using the ones that are competitive, I will be using to train up and use on my competitive teams. The ones that aren't, I will either use for breeding, so I get more competitive Pokemon from them. And the ones that are useless, I will probably keep around my Egglock version just for a while. I don't quite know. Might end up using them for filling up a Pokedex I have on Pokemon Bank or something like that. Michael's Woozat asks, do you still have fun playing some X and Y? I honestly got really bored of it. I breed on it every now and again. I have really good fun wife battling people because that's still fairly new to me, to be honest. And obviously playing for it again on the Egglock was really quite fun. But playing, I mean, I train at Pokemon, I breed Pokemon, I do something like that. It's pretty fun still. I usually do it when I'm doing something else though, so I guess I'm not really just playing it like just there. But I do have some fun shiny hunting too, so I guess I still have fun overall playing X and Y. Maximilian Head asks, what's my take on pie? Pie is pretty tasty. It's pretty tasty. The Drac Eagle asks, your favourite legendary Pokemon theme? Mine is Giratina's. I'm gonna have to say mine is probably Yveltal's, but that might be just because it's the clearest in my mind. But it could be something that I've sort of heard in the past as well. I mean, there were so many great legendary themes for the games. It's really hard to remember them all, but yeah, Yveltal's stands out in my mind because it's the most recent probably. Okay, so Ishao asks, if you could be any Pokemon at all, including and excluding legendaries, what would you be? Okay, so including legendaries, I'd probably be Arceus, who wouldn't be Arceus? Or maybe Celebi actually, because Celebi has the ability to travel in time, so I could visit any place I wanted to in time. Not so space, but then since Celebi is probably immortal, since it can travel time, it's got a mortal lifespan, I guess, you can just travel around space and then go for time, etc. like that. I guess, excluding legendaries, I'd probably be, oh, this is a hard one to choose from. Maybe a bird Pokemon, not quite sure which, because they can fly around and have freedom generally. Or maybe just an Elekid, because Elekid's badass. Yeah, I guess it's not, or maybe Eevee, because then I could evolve into whatever I wanted to. Not quite sure. Little Sublime Master asked, do you plan on uploading some more Showdown videos? In the short term, no, but in the long term, maybe, I'm not sure. The only reason I uploaded the Showdown ones is because I was on Showdown one night, I just kept doing these battles, got some good battles, so I uploaded the battles I had. But the problem with that is not on Showdown too much. When I am, I'm usually just sort of random battling, there's not too much to do, and I don't think they're good enough battles to show, generally. I don't really like Showdown too much, it's not that fun for me, but maybe in the future, I'm not quite sure, but in the short term, probably not. Sir Kill Bill asks, why did you decide to play Pokemon? What's your first game? And what's your favourite Pokemon? I guess I decided to play Pokemon because I saw my friend playing it. I think I'm probably sure I saw my friend playing Ruby and Sapphire, and I guess I said to my parents, I want to play the game, sort of thing, and then they bought me Fire Red, and that's sort of how that came along. And what's my favourite Pokemon? We've spoken about this already, Elekid, really. Olix Leon asks, what city do you live in? Might be near me, as I said earlier, near Bristol, in that area. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you the exact place, but yeah, around the Bristol area. Rhino Baker asks, what's my favourite Pokemon and shiny Pokemon? Favourite, we said Elekid already. Shiny Pokemon, my favourite shiny. Oh, it's hard. I quite like shiny Beldum and shiny Metagross because they're like pure sort of platinum silver coloured, as opposed to their normal blue colour, which is quite cool. They have gold highlights too, which is really nice. But I can't really think of anything off the top of my head apart from those. Fire Phoenix 55 asks, are Pokemon hacks illegal to play? No. No one's going to come around your house and see you playing Pokemon Glazed or Pokemon, whatever, Pokemon Pokemon Shiny Gold or whatever, and they're not going to like arrest you for it. It's not illegal as such, yes. Brown Anymore asks, will you do a video with subscribers, like pick someone in the comments? See, the problem with doing that is if I pick one person, then I get loads of other people commenting saying, oh, can I be in the next video, can I be in the next video? And I can't say yes to everyone because I don't have enough videos for that. So Generally, no, I don't just like pick people from the comments. I do videos with people I talk to on Skype, people I like to collab with, stuff like that. So generally, no. Isidro Molina asks if you can have any other if you have another YouTube name, what would it be? Oh my god, this is hard to do. I've never really thought about this question, to be honest. I mean, I've always been having my main name, the one integral. I guess maybe the only thing I think was maybe a simpler name, because people tend to spell integral wrong. They just tend to put inter with the er and then gral, which is quite annoying. It happens all the time, and I'm pretty sure it's how a lot of emails get lost to me, because people have been writing integral rather than integral, which is a problem. But yeah, I guess a simpler name maybe. The Powell Clan Powell asks, how do you transfer eggs to your other game? See, unfortunately, Pokemon Bank does not allow you to transfer eggs, so the only way to transfer eggs between your two games is to use two 3DSs. So if you don't have two 3DSs, you unfortunately can't do that, but obviously you can just hatch the egg and Pokemon Bank it over, really. Sneezy Wizard Gaming asks, what other gaming franchises do you love as well as Pokemon? As well as, would you ever consider doing Let's Plays of those games? Interesting. Franchises I love, I like Mario. Mario's pretty cool. Zelda is my bae. I like playing Zelda games. Other games, Borderlands is a really great love of mine. I said earlier, I used to play COD a lot. Just general games. You know, I haven't played games in a while, so I can't give you anything off the top of my head. But yeah, I do quite like the majority of games that most people like. Would I ever consider doing Let's Plays? It really depends how I go in the future. If Pokemon sort of dumbs down in the future, then I might end up, you know, sort of spreading out if people want to see that in the future. I mean, I have tried that with integral games already. Didn't go all that well because the videos weren't getting that much support and stuff, so I really sort of dumbed down that through there. As I said in the summer, I'll be doing some Twitch streams, hopefully of other games too, so you guys can sort of come along and see if you want those, and if people like those, I guess I could start putting some on my main channel, or maybe just leave it pure Pokemon and sort of liven up integral games again or something like that. So, you know, it really just sort of it depends on how things go, I guess. Louis Vasquez Calvillo asks, will there be a Hone remake soon? I really have no idea since I don't work for Game Freak, but I believe there should be one. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, because they might put out the remake of X and Y first, or the sequel of X and Y, and then have the Home remake after that. But there's got to be a Home remake. I mean, come on, the fandom, the I don't know what you call it, the fan base has been asking it for years. They've got to do it, otherwise people are just going to rage. People are just going to rage. Adrian96 asks, do you ever want to leave the UK? As I mentioned earlier, I don't know if I want to live outside the UK, but I definitely want to leave it at some point. I mean, I'd leave the UK tomorrow if I can go wherever I wanted to be honest, just to sort of see places and stuff. But yeah, so I want to leave the UK, but I don't know if I want to move out of the UK, I guess. Brave Silver 13562 has a few questions for me. First, what is my favourite Pokemon? Elekid. Second, if you could be any Pokemon, including Legends and Megas, what Pokemon? As I said earlier, maybe Celebi, or maybe, yeah, probably Celebi, to be honest. And then they have the number 3 one. If you were stuck on a desert island, what Pokemon would you choose to be your partner? A Venusaur that can heal you and reach... Wait, a Venusaur. I guess it means Venusaur, yeah. No, that can heal you and reach your food like coconuts from the trees. A Charizard that can't fly but is extremely loyal and will attack anything that's a threat to your survival. A Blastoise that can't swim but can protect you from anything with its shell. Or a Pikachu that can zap lightning and keep you comfortable. And just saying, these Pokemon will live for 5 years and you'll be stuck on the island for 6 years. Okay. Ooh, so Venusaur can heal me, I guess, that's quite nice. Charizard that is extremely loyal and will protect me. And Blastoise that will protect you from anything with its shell. I'd probably choose Charizard, because Charizard is the fire. He's got the fire, I love fire. Plus he can light fires for me, keep me warm, stuff like that. Be quite cool. Charizard can then burn stuff, and, you know, cook meals and that. Whereas Venusaur, I don't really want coconuts every day. They'll probably get a bit boring after a while. And Blastoise, all it can do is protect things with its shell. Wouldn't be able to do a huge amount to help me survive, I guess. Barnsley Shiny Hunters asked, how long have you liked Pokemon? Do you think you like it for many more years? I can't quite remember when I got my first Pokemon game, but I've liked it ever since then. Must have been like 10 years ago, maybe at least, I'm not quite sure. And do you think I like it for many more years? I guess if they keep the franchise sort of fresh and sort of sweet, and then keep a good mix of new generations, new plot lines, remakes in the middle, I guess I'll like it. You know, I'll keep liking the series for as long as it goes on. Obviously dependent on whether or not they actually keep the series sort of fresh and alive, I guess. Kaidi Gamer asks, if there will be a Ruby and Sapphire remake, what would you like to be in it and what do you expect from it? I would like to be okay, the same 3D sort of style as X and Y. There's got to be that. They can't go back from that. Some awesome 3D cutscenes of Rayquaza, Groudon, and Oh well, I guess if they're doing Ruby and Sapphire remake, there's going to be no cutscenes of Rayquaza, but there's going to be some cool ones of Groudon and Kyogre. So stuff like that, I guess. What do I expect from it? I expect it to please the fan base. Is pretty much what I expect from it. Oddly shaped item asks X or Y first. Y because I like Yveltal more than Xerneas generally. Although Xerneas is pretty cool in its shiny form and in general, so it's a tie, I guess. I'm not sure. Best moment in one of the Nuzlocke series. See, the best moments I can think of are where things have died, like Napion right at the end of the Egglock here, Travelator right at the end of the Fire Red Wedlock, where it was there for so long and then it died right at the end, which is a shame. Or maybe when I caught my shiny Spearow in the Fire Red Wedlock, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I guess one of those. Favourite track from a Pokemon game and a normal game. From a Pokemon game, I do quite like the Hall of Fame music from X and Y. It's like dun. It's sort of like you've done it. We've achieved what we want to, I guess. And a normal game, I mean, any of the Zelda soundtracks are pretty cool. There's a really awesome soundtrack there. I'm not quite sure what else there would be, really. Favourite Nuzlocke video series you've watched can be Egglocke, Wedlock, or Wonderlock. See, I don't have time to watch too many videos, to be honest. If I'm brutally honest, I don't have time to watch any videos at all. I'm either working on videos, editing videos, recording videos, or just having a relax, really. I don't have much time to do anything. But picking one of these is going to be hard. Okay, yeah, I can't answer that question. I sort of hadn't had enough time to get into a series it would be my favourite, I guess. Favourite YouTuber at the end, I can't answer that. I guess I have to say me, so yeah. The Punching Pangora asks, would you eat a Slowpoke tail? No, of course not. That's a Pokemon's tail. I'm not going to eat that. I mean, Jesus Christ, come on. Angry Tiger Punch 12345 asks, red or gold and Ethan, or red or gold / Ethan. See, I like red's design a lot more than gold and Ethan because gold's hair is a bit weird and red's hair is sort of similar to mine, I guess. And red's more badass in general because he beats Elite Four and sort of just goes to Mount Silver and sort of stands there. Then again, gold does beat him in the end, so I guess it's a tie. I guess, not sure. Menectrivire asks, Egglock, Nuzlocke, Wonderlock, or Wedlock? See, Egglock's good because of the interaction with the subscribers. You guys send the eggs in. Nuzlocke because it's a basic sort of game, I guess. I'm not sure. Wonderlock because it's the complete whatever you want, whatever you can get sort of thing. And Wedlock because it's sort of more challenging because you have like 3 mini teams pretty much. You don't have one big team. You have 3 pairs, I guess. But overall, I think I have to say Egglock because I just love interacting with the subs, getting you guys involved in the series. Nuzlocke, so sort of now, Nuzlocke's gonna get boring, especially because obviously you just get the basic Pokemon available. There's no like chance of you getting some crazy ass sort of, especially with a randomizer sort of thing. Unless it's a randomizer Nuzlocke, I guess, sort of thing. I don't know. Joe Gerard asks, how old am I? I'm 17 and will be 18 at the end of June. Arnold Lynn asks, do you know Shady Penguin? I know who he is, but I've never spoken to him. I don't think I've ever spoken to him actually. So I know who he is, but I don't know him, I guess. The Legendary Hero asks Q&A. Oh, I guess Q&A is best friend on YouTube. Oh, this is true. I probably have to say my best friend on YouTube at the moment is Munetics, just because we are usually in a call for like 6, 7, 8 hours a day. We could just last, just us two, no one else. We can just last in the call for that long. It's crazy, and we don't realise how long we've been calling for. We get on so well. We just our personalities sort of connect. I guess there we just I've been talking so much recently. Yeah, I guess at the moment, best friend on YouTube would be Munetics. Yes. Mehmet Aiden asks, Ninja? Well, indeed, yes, I am a ninja. Next question comes from Anime Swag 112. He asks, how much longer are you going to be doing Data Decks over on Lumio Station? Well, I plan to carry on indefinitely. I have enough Pokemon to cover in Generation 6 alone, and obviously when I'm done with that I'll move back to Generation 4, Generation 5, previous generation Pokemon, and cover those too, and I'm pretty sure I can keep the series going for almost as long as possible until Pokemon Z comes out. I have more Pokemon to cover then, probably, if they get new abilities and such. And then I'll obviously have, hopefully in the end, by the time I'm finished with Data Decks, Generation 7 might be out, and I'll be able to cover sort of Pokemon from Generation 7, all the change in the metagame there, because I don't know what else I do on Lumio Station anyway if I didn't do Data Decks, so I don't think they want my Let's Play, because my Let's Plays are terrible. But yeah, I guess indefinitely, it's not going anywhere. Robert Lyon asks, what is the meaning of life according to you? Do you or your family have a religious background that would influence this? The meaning of life according to me is just to live it as best you can, to enjoy it, I guess, to achieve what you want to achieve, to sort of get stuff done, I guess. Whether I have my family have a religious background that affects this, I've always sort of said, or I have said some sort of mantra that you shouldn't really, or in my opinion, I'm not going to bring religious views onto my channel, because that's sort of, you know, I just don't want to, I guess, you know, it's just a preference of mine. So I've always thought that religion shouldn't be, I guess, pronounced on YouTube, I guess, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's my answer to that question. James Parker's back again and asks, what is my favourite champion? Who's my favourite champion? Probably Cynthia, because Cynthia was an absolute badass in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. She's actually someone who really sort of got in there with Team Galactic and helped out defeating them, I guess. Plus you see her throughout the whole storyline, whereas other champions might pop up once or twice, but you don't really see them like continuously and often. Plus you have some good ties to Cynthia when she sends you to town, I've forgotten the name of the town, where her grandmother lives and stuff like that. So it's really, so she's there all the way, and she has an awesome team as well. So it's, you know, Spiritomb, Garchomp, stuff like that. She's a challenging champion as well. Your Gaming Highness asks, what's my favourite legendary and what's my least favourite legendary? Favourite legendary, as I mentioned already, is Rayquaza / Dialga / Zekrom / Yveltal. Least favourite, this is a hard one. Think. Probably something like Regirock, Regirise, or Steel, because they are really quite weak. They're all 3 of them weak to fighting type moves. I guess the trio in general I don't like, because they're all weak to fighting type moves, so they don't really work too well together, I guess. James Parker again then asks, what's your favourite Pokemon type and your least favourite? Said my favourite type is Fire and Electric. My least favourite, it's probably Rock type, because it doesn't. It's quite a weak type, and it doesn't have too many good moves. It's really a physical type. And apart from that, that's it. You know, there's not huge emphasis on it. It's not that brilliant, because Stone Edge, one of the most powerful moves from it, misses a lot. And then Rock Slide also misses a lot, another powerful move there. Head Smash, the most powerful Rock type move. Again, you get a recoil from it, so it's not very viable. Really, it's not too good. The Hidden Ghost then just says, remember the bet for a winky face. Now this, you guys wouldn't get this, but I think Hidden Ghost tweeted me, I don't know how far back it was, saying that, like, I bet if egg number 125 is a Growlithe, I'm pretty sure it was, then you and me battle. If it's not, I owe you a shiny. And I'm pretty sure I checked after I hatched all the eggs, and number 125 was indeed not a Growlithe, so I believe you owe me a shiny. But I'm not going to take your shiny, because I just don't want to take a shiny, you know? I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that for you, to take someone's shiny. It's not like me, I guess. Lego Dark Lucario 189 asks, will you play other games besides Pokemon? As I said earlier, maybe in the future, depends on where my channel goes and that. Twitch, I said, I might be streaming other games in the summer, so if you guys want to see that, be sure to check out my Twitch when I sort of launch it, I guess. Mega Charizard asks, where did Pokemon start for you? It started in Kanto, and yeah, that's pretty much where it is, in Generation 3, of course. Abyssal Distortion asks, what are my pet peeves? I don't have too many pet peeves, to be honest. There are little things that annoy me every now and again, but they're not really peeves. They're not really things that sort of continually get at me. They're really like one-off sort of moments, I guess. Mega Charizard then asks again, what are my thoughts on Megas, potential Megas, Megas you want, Megas you don't like, and Megas you think will happen? Also, if you could change the Megas, how would you? Example, types and abilities. I've sort of answered all these questions already, so I guess, you know, potential Megas, Electivire, Magmortar. Megas I want, Electivire, Magmortar. Megas you don't like, I've said Kangaskhan really, and obviously one of the Charizard Mega Evolutions. And Megas I think will happen, in my opinion, I think that the other starters are going to get Mega Evolutions too, especially the home starters, because we've had Blaziken, so we have to have Sceptile and Swampert at some point. It's got to happen, guys, it's got to happen. The Mac25 asks, what happened to the randomizer Nuzlocke with Luke? Nothing's happened to it, we just haven't got around to recording it yet. I've been really busy this past week or so, just pumping out content, recording it all. Luke's been busy with work, so really we'll get around to recording eventually. It's not gone, we're just having trouble sort of hooking up to recording this. The Nuzlocke HD asks, after the Y Egglock, can you do a Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Wedlock? Not really, because I have the Zeta Nuzlocke and the Colosseum Nuzlocke going on, but I might keep it in mind for a future Let's Play, I guess. Emerald then asks several questions. Okay, here we go. Okay, what are my top 3 shinies? I said already, I don't really know. Don't keep track like my particular favourite shinies, so I guess I'll have to leave that question unanswered. Which Pokemon do you think did best in the Egglock? Definitely Napion. He took so many hits, he took it so well as well, and he lasted right until the end. What's my favourite looking move? Brave Bird looks pretty cool in Brave Bird looks pretty cool in X and Y, I can't deny that. Apart from that, I can't really think of anything in general. Or maybe Retaliate, because Retaliate looks awesome actually in X and Y. What's my favourite move in competitive play? I do quite like using Earthquake. It's a pretty decent move for Earthquake, but apart from that, I don't quite know. Maybe Earthquake or stuff like Acrobatics, that works quite well for the holding items, stuff like that. If you could live in the Pokemon world, which region would you live in? Probably Kanto, just because it's sort of a diverse region, or maybe Unova, or maybe the region that's based on the UK that's not been released yet. Pretty much, that's the region I would live in. Which Pokemon do you think would be the most useful in the real world? That's a hard one to answer. Maybe Machamp, because Machamp's pretty strong, can lift stuff, might help there. Or maybe Jirachi or Celebi, because the Grant Wishes will take you back in time and sort of solve all the worldly problems, I guess. What's your favourite nickname for a Pokemon? Probably Napion for an Umbreon, because that's just a funny nickname. Just weird. It's just funny to piss Nappy off. Nisanthan Kirubaharan asks, how did you come to first meet the other Pikachus like Nappy and the others? To be honest, that was Twitter, I'm pretty sure. Callum was probably the first sort of the bigger one I sort of met. He was in Kanto University when I first joined that as well, and we sort of grew together, I guess, because Callum was at like less than 1k subs, I'm pretty sure, or about 1k when me and him were in Kanto together. I sort of jumped ahead to about 20k, and he just sped past after that. I just really struggled after that, but generally that's how I met Callum. Nappy sort of just came along on Twitter, and I sort of just was active on Twitter. Didn't communicate with Nappy too much, like talk to him and whatnot, but just there, you know, sort of noticing him, I guess. I'm not sure. And I guess the others I just met through, you know, mutual connections. Peanut Better 27 asks, what's your favourite Pokemon in the Egglock? Definitely Napion, as I said, because Napion was just a badass. Next up we have Pokearch, who asks, Pokemon Wedlock? I don't know if he's asking whether that's my next series or not, but it's not, so no. And he also asks, what's my favourite shiny Pokemon? As I said, can't really remember in particular, maybe Metagross, because it's cool silver and gold colouring, but apart from that, can't really think of too much. Mario Man 898 asks, my favourite Hone Pokemon? Hone, maybe Metagross from there, because Metagross is pretty cool. I like Metagross' design in general. Maybe Rayquaza, because it looks awesome. Maybe Blaziken, because that was the starter I chose for Hone as well, because I like my fire types. Yeah, something like that. Kendra Gramley asks, which mechanic of Pokemon would you most like to abolish entirely? That is a hard one to answer. What do I abolish entirely? There's not too much I would get rid of, particularly maybe like critical hits. It's not really a mechanic in itself, but critical hits are fairly annoying, especially when you sort of, it's just based on luck, especially if competitive. It does sort of affect it there, I guess. Not quite sure. Gabriel Redhead asks, have you ever left your hometown, and if so, what's the coolest place you visited? Of course I left my hometown. I'm not going to stay there the rest of my whole life. What's the coolest place I've visited? It's hard to answer. Maybe it was up in Scotland. Scotland. I went to Ben Nevis, climbed Ben Nevis, the tallest mountain in the British Isles, which wasn't too bad. I don't think it's called a mountain. Yeah, it's a mountain. Let's say it's a mountain. That was pretty cool going all the way to the top there, even though I couldn't see anything because it was a foggy and shit. But yeah, that was pretty cool to go up there. Managed to make it to the top. John Cat asks, why do you make YouTube videos? I make them, one, because it's fun to do. I like making it. Two, because it's my hobby. I need a hobby, otherwise I would just be playing video games all day. Three, it's obviously a source of income for me. If I didn't do YouTube, I would have to be out, you know, in a fucking restaurant or some shit, doing dishes or serving, which I don't know what to do at all. And four, generally because I like the social interaction with other people. I like talking to people on Skype, talking to people on Twitter, get to know my fans and stuff, make people happy. It's everything like that. Timo Annibal asks, what's my favourite Pokemon from each generation? A non-legendary list and a legendary list. Brilliant. Okay, so 1, probably Charizard. Generation 2, this is the non-legendary list. Probably Typhlosion, maybe. I don't know. Generation 3, Blaziken. Gonna have to go for Blaziken. I'm just gonna go for this guy. Generation 4, let's go for Infinite. Why not? Or maybe Gen 2 Elekid. Maybe, I'm not sure. Gen 5. It's Emberwalk, the fire starter types, pretty much. And legendary list, I guess my favourite legendary from each generation. Generation 1, go with Mewtwo. Oh no, maybe, see, I don't like Mewtwo too much. Maybe Mew. They're tied generally. Generation 2, probably Ho-Oh, because I like Ho-Oh's design. Or maybe Lugia, because I like the Lugia film. One of those, I don't know. Generation 3, Rayquaza. Generation 4, Dialga. Generation 5, Zekrom. Generation 6, Yveltal. Something like that. Bob Likes Food 862 asks, will you do a playthrough of Diamond, Pearl, Platinum and Black and White? Would you ever do a randomised Nuzlocke in the future? Well, we have randomised Nuzlocke with the co-op already. I guess we're going to be seeing some more randomised Nuzlocke in the future too. Playthrough Diamond, Pearl, Platinum and Black and White, I'm guessing I'll do one in the future as well. I haven't actually done a Generation 4 a Diamond, Pearl, Platinum game at all ever. So obviously, yeah, that'll be sort of done at some point, I guess. Hunter Sanders asks, who is my favourite Pokemon? Egglocke, I've said several times already, but you know, it's fine. Several people want to know the same answer, it's fine. Cupcake1723 asks, when the Egglock ends, what happens to the leftover eggs and people who are still waiting to trade? So the leftover ones, as I've said, I'll either use them in competitive, use them for breeding, or they'll just sit in the Egglock version for a while until I decide something to do with them. And the people that are still waiting to trade, unfortunately, that's sort of it. If I wasn't able to trade with you at server because you weren't on at the same time as me, you took too long, you weren't online on your 3DS for like 5 days or something like that, so I removed you from my list. Or I just didn't get around to doing it. So there were like 300, 400 people. I had like 300 eggs in total, but there was still like 200 people on the list. So yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to trade with everyone just because of time differences and time constraints and that. But I'm sorry, but you know, it's just how it goes, I guess. Craig Loads asks, if you were to be in an anime, which anime and why? And would you want a certain power? I guess the only anime I've watched so far is Soul Eater, so I guess I have to be in Soul Eater. Why in Soul Eater? Because it's the only anime I've watched. And would I want a certain power? I guess my power would be probably be a weapon rather than a Meister, just because my power tends to be my strength tends to be mental strength rather than physical strength, so I guess I'd work better as a weapon rather than a Meister. I'm guessing, I'm not quite sure. That's sort of where my theory is coming from then. Jonathan Larham's asking, are you going to university this year? If so, where are you going and what were your 5 choices? I should really explain, for those who don't live in the UK, when you apply to university, you get to choose 5 choices, so 5 courses, 5 unis or whatever, to choose, and obviously you can then, they might accept you, they might offer you an interview, they might reject you, and stuff like that. So I applied to 3 places, or 3 courses rather. I applied to Bristol University to do computer science, I applied to University West of England to do computer science, and I applied to University West of England to do games technology. Bristol offered me like a pre-offer day, which is basically like an interview, but I didn't want to go to Bristol anyway, so I sort of withdrew my choice from that. I was like, fuck them. And then I got offered both courses at UE, and I've chosen to do computer science at UE in the end because I want to do some more academic stuff rather than going straight into sort of the more focused side of the industry, I guess. Mitchell Deer asks, do you like superheroes? Do you prefer Marvel or DC, or do you even care? Superheroes are nice. I don't follow superheroes too much, but I don't really care, Marvel or DC, you know, whichever. A superhero is a superhero generally. Mitchell Deer also asks, what's your favourite playthrough you've done so far or that you're doing? Probably the Pokemon Y Egglock, to be honest, because that thing was just so awesome, especially the ending. I just had so much fun doing it in general. We'll have to see if the Colosseum Nuzlocke breaks that, or the Zeta Nuzlocke breaks that, or something else entirely. Christian Mirror asks, what's my favourite Pokemon or region? Said already, Egglocke. My favourite region, it's a hard one to do. Maybe Sinnoh, or maybe the unreleased UK region, because that region is going to be awesome whenever it comes out. If it comes out, it better do Game Freak, otherwise I'll just kill you all. Mahad Y asks, what is my favourite Pokemon? Egglocke. Shiny Cyndaquil asks, what's my favourite Shiny Legendary? Oh my god. Shiny Legendary, I do quite like the shiny for Mew, to be honest, because I mean, it's a blue, isn't it? It has a blue colour, which does looks cool in general, so I guess, yeah, that one. Ollie Remnant asks, why did you start YouTube? I guess because I had free time, I need something to do, I was enjoying, I figured I'd enjoy doing it at least. I mean, I've already done it in the past, so I guess I knew then I'd enjoy it. But yeah, I guess a combination of those. Ollie Remnant also asks, what are my biggest fears and why? I don't have too many fears, to be honest. I have fears, but like none that I can sort of reference now, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense, I'm not sure. I only realise I have fears when I actually am faced with them, I guess, I'm not sure. I have a general fear of going to new places, I guess, like if I'm in a new situation sort of thing. But my biggest fear is probably being alone, either like just in general or like at the end of my life sort of thing. Spending my life alone, because who wants me? I mean, this is what's going to happen, I guess. Zero Pokemon LPs 43 asks, what are your thoughts on X and Y, and would you improve on it or wish could have been improved? X and Y were brilliant games. They were amazing games. What can be improved? Just general things with the system menus, as I've said. Longer post game, as everyone will agree with me, and yeah, general stuff like that. Breeze Apps asks, Pokemon or Pokemon? Definitely Pokemon. I say Pokemans every now and again, but I don't say Pokemon. So yeah. Breeze Apps then asks, if you were stuck on an island, who would you most like to be stuck with? So different to the question earlier about the Pokemon, I can choose someone to be stuck on the island with. Most likely Munetics again, because one, because she knows survival skills, so you know we'd survive, and two, because as I said earlier, we can put each other in Skype calls for like 6-7 hours, so I think we do pretty well surviving on a desert island together. We wouldn't get sick of each other too quickly at least. Christian HD asks, where would you be, do you reckon, if you never did YouTube? I'd probably be playing video games all day. I'd probably be more antisocial, or less sort of, I'd be communicating with people less, obviously sort of doing it, sort of, I don't know, sort of thing, but you guys get what I mean there, sort of just playing video games all day, that's probably what I'll be doing. Paddy Gleek asks, how do you have the commitment to breed all the Pokemon and then run around and hatch them? Thank you, I love you. Brilliant. How do I have the commitment? I don't know, the commitment, I like doing it. I like sort of the sense of training up my Pokemon, and then when I actually use them in competitive, I can sort of say, I train that Pokemon, it's my Pokemon. It's a sort of a sense of self-achievement, I guess, I'm not quite sure. Zexel Striker asks, are you going to show the renaming remaining eggs, I guess, that didn't get to be part of the Egglock in the end? And if so, give shoutouts for all the people who gave them to you. Obviously, we're showing them all now because they're all being hatched. I can't really give shoutouts to people who gave me the eggs though, because obviously I don't know who gave me what eggs, so that's a bit tricky there. But you know, generally all the eggs are being on screen now. Garuto asks, have you ever, or would you ever like to visit Norway? I've never visited Norway, no, but I guess I don't particularly want to visit it, but I guess I might visit in the end. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Agostina32 asks, can you restart your Pokemon modding tutorial series? Right now, no. Maybe in the future. Maybe we don't know what's going to happen in the future of the channel. I might start up in the end. For those who didn't know, this is on my old channel. I used to do Pokemon modding tutorials, basically how to make a ROM hack, pretty much. I might start that in the end again, but right now I have too much on plate anyway. Brennan Martel asks, what's my least favourite Pokemon? Probably Wobbuffet, as I said earlier, because it's got not much use at least. David Dixon asks, what's the favourite aspect of the Pokemon series? Probably just the fact that collecting them all, catching them all pretty much, because I really do like that bit. David Dixon asks again, what has been your favourite Pokemon in any lock that you've had on your channel? Like, have you been emotionally attached to anyone in particular? Now, I don't get emotionally attached to things, like, well, at least Pokemon, very easily, but I guess Napion or Travelator, because they were both amazing Pokemon. Napion lasted ages, Travelator lasted ages as well. And Napion should have won the Egglock for us, and Travelator should have won the Wedlock really, but they were both sort of robbed of the chance of winning it, but they were both awesome, so I guess, yeah, that's those two there. David Dixon then asks again, what was my favourite video game series besides Pokemon? Most likely Borderlands, because that game is awesome. Oh, that game series is awesome. I've played the first one to death, the second one I've played a bit, haven't had too much time to play it though, I'm going to play it more over the summer on Steam and such, and then obviously there's the one between them, I guess it's called the pre-sequel, yeah, Borderlands pre-sequel, which I'll probably get in the end, and I'm really excited to see how that will turn out as well. Rick Perez asks, will you be continuing your Pokemon Origins series? If so, will it be on your channel or on the Lumio Station channel? Now, it's unlikely I'll take it to Lumio Station. It was supposed to be carrying on Kanto University, but whether that actually finish or comes to be in the end will remain to see, because my conditions were I'm only going to be posting Pokemon Origins on Kanto University if everyone else works to make Kanto University a good, strong channel. I haven't seen that, so we shall have to see. At the moment it's just on hold really, because I don't quite know what to do with it, but in the future you could see it spring back up on the channel. Justin Main asks, would you do a face cam let's play? Maybe in the end. I mean, I'm not a brilliant face to look at, but maybe in the end I might do a face cam let's play, who knows. Mitchell Deere asks, how do you get Pikachu on a bus? Brilliant. If you guys didn't know that, it's because in the UK apparently it's the year of the bus, and they teamed up with Pokemon and they had a Pikachu on a bus, and they're like, how would you get Pikachu on a bus? I have no idea. I don't know how you get Pikachu on a bus. Maybe you put him in the Pokeball and you carry him on the bus. That might be a good plan there. Martin's Geeky Life asks, what are your favourite retro games? Retro games. I do quite like the original Mario. I think that's classed as retro. Pac-Man is pretty cool to play every now and again as well. As is... I can't remember any other retro games really, so... But yeah, general retro games everyone likes. Chance Knowles asks, if you could pick any Generation 6 Pokemon to get a Mega Evolution, which Pokemon would you choose? Ooh, Mega Generation 6. Maybe Tyrantrum, because that thing would look awesome as a Mega. Can you imagine the extra sort of addition to it? Tyrantrum looks beastly already, but maybe when it was Mega Evolved, that would look amazing. Chance Knowles also asks, what are you hoping to see in Pokemon Z if it's ever released? I want to see a longer post-game, I want to see some good storyline surrounding Zygarde, sort of order and balance and stuff, maybe Team Flare come back and try and mess up the order of the Earth. something along those lines. Yeah, I guess that's all like that there. Hobdanium asks, who is my favourite starter in each generation? We have Charmander, Cyndaquil, Torchic, maybe Mudkip actually, I'm not sure, Chimchar, Tepig, and Chespin. I've answered it already, but oh well, I'll answer it again. Yoshi Fan 3 asks, what Pokemon owned by a gym leader do you like best? Now there's a lot of Pokemon that are owned by gym leaders, but off the top of my head, it's too hard to, there's too many Pokemon. Yeah, it's far too many Pokemon. Maybe Electivire, because I'm pretty sure Volkner has an Electivire in Platinum, or something like that, so maybe Electivire there. Cyan Likes Gaming asks, who is my favourite singer? I don't really have a favourite singer or a favourite band or whatever, because I just generally tend to move around singers and that. I don't tend to like stick on one band and that. I just listen to whatever comes up on the YouTube feed or my history or whatever, pretty much. And finally onto the section of video I think you've all been waiting for. You guys have thought I just missed the questions out, didn't you? No, all the questions surrounding Munetics/Caroline are coming up now. We haven't had so many. There's been 7 questions about her, as I predicted there would be. We have PokeKing1999 asking, do you and Munetics actually love each other, or is everyone just joking around? We have Rolo asking, how's Caroline, with the booty face. We have Beastingstraptor asking, can I be a wedding planner? If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you wouldn't know that Beastingstraptor is planning, I don't know. Me and Caroline said we'd get married, a bit random. And Beastingstraptor asked if he could be a wedding planner, we said, why not? King Catby asked, how's my girlfriend Caroline? Justin Wagner asked, do you like Munetics? Ollie Remnant asked, are you in a relationship with Munetics? If not, do you want to, or does she want to? And Breezaps asks, who's the damn bae? With loads of spam. So, going down answering the questions in order, PokeKing1999, do we actually love each other, or is everyone just joking around? We're not joking around, but I wouldn't say the other half true rather. Rolo asks, how's Caroline? Well, at the time I'm recording this, she's in Washington, so I couldn't really tell you, but I think she's having a good time. Obviously it's going up after she's come back though, so I'm pretty sure she's doing fine at the same time as well. Beastingstraptor, can I be a wedding planner? Maybe. We'll give you a trial at some point. Catby asks, how's my girlfriend Caroline? I don't have a girlfriend called Caroline, so I can't really answer that question, to be honest. Justin Wagner asks, do you like Munetics? I'm going to leave that question unanswered. And Ollie asks, are you in a relationship with Munetics? No, we're not. And do I want to, or does she want to? Let's just say there's the same answer for whichever one. But if I gave the answer for mine, she would probably give me the same answer. I'm speaking for her here, this is my Q&A, but yeah, I'm assuming she'd give the same answer, if you guys get what I mean. And Brie asks, who's the damn bae? Usually when I say the bae, I'm referring to Caroline. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So guys, I'm going to lead on to myself in a second, because I'm going to switch to looking at the eggs after they've all been hatched and assessing which ones are competitively viable and that, so I'm going to hand over to myself in just a second now. Hello guys, and I hope you all enjoyed the question and answer section of this hatching video. I just want to do a bit at the end to assess the hatching sort of stuff, I guess. I'm not quite sure exactly what you would call it. The spoils of war. I don't know. All the Pokemon I am able, because I said at the start of the Egglock that any Pokemon that were competitively viable, I would use after I hatched them all, and I'd use them in X and Y and stuff like that. So we have 2 boxes, or 3 boxes technically here. One of them is to train, and these are pretty much perfect competitive Pokemon. Sorry, I'm just picking up something there. Okay, we have a nice Corphish here, Clawmander with Adamant, Nature, Adaptability, Knockoff, Aquajet, Metalclaw, Dragon Dance, perfect IVs there. And we have a Zorua called Shadow, full 6 IV, Modest as well, which is pretty cool. Nefasia Wurmpool, which is missing special attack, but I don't know if it's good or not. It's a Jolly Nature, so I guess it's sort of good. I'll see if I can find a use for that somewhere, depending on what it evolves into. Then we have Hope, the lovely Ralts here, nice Modest Ralts, perfect again, so that's all nice. Alejandro, the 6 IV Dratini with extreme speed as an Adamant Nature 2, so that's going to be awesome to use. Haven't actually got Dragonite at the moment, so that's nice. Another Corphish here, this one called Carmelita, another Adamant Nature. This one has Shell Armor rather than Adaptability, so it could be better for sort of being a bulker, not sure. And it has Aquajet, Knockoff, Superpower, and Dragon Dance, so pretty much the same as the first one, except no Superpower rather than Metal Claw. Then we have King Brute here, which is a nice Nidoran for male. It is a calm nature rather than a timid or a modest one, but it could be, I don't know, especially defensive. Nidoking, is that a thing? I have to see. But obviously it's perfect IVs there. Then we have Ravage, perfect Sandshrew, nice Jolly Nature 2. Then we have Jesus, the Lombre we used at some point in the Egglock, 6 IVs, modest as well. So I'll get rid of the EVs on that, and I will see how well that goes as a Ludicolo in competitive there. One shot the Elekid, perfect. Only Ice Punch and Cross Chop as egg moves, but I can put obviously Thunder Punch there and maybe just something else there too to see how that goes. Nice Adamant Nature too. Then we have Tailed Fox, Impish Nature rather than something like that, but then again, defensive Ninetales is a thing. It is pretty bulky. And also we have Hypnosis there too. Flash Fire is ability rather than Drought, so not as brilliant, but it can still be quite useful. And obviously Perfect IVs there. Then we have Pippi, the Perfect Cleffer. Again, Perfect IVs, Bold Nature, Magic Guard 2, so that should be nice to use as a Clefable. Then we have Hippocrates, the Tyrant we hatched at one point in the Egglock but didn't use because of the fact that it was our third Tyrant. Nice Jolly Nature there, Perfect IVs, Ice Fang, Dragon Dance, Fun Fang, Fire Fang, so that can be working quite well as another Fang. I have loads of Tyrantrum already, but I'll certainly train this one up again. I have Chirp Chirp, the fetching that we used at one point here. Again, it's Perfect IV, so I'll definitely train that one up and use it as a Talonflame. This is my third or fourth Talonflame now, so that's not bad. Sasha, the Mawile, again, perfect. So again, I'll train it up and use it as another Mawile. I have a couple of Mawiles again, but oh well, this one's a Sheer Force ability, so, you know, could be reasonably good, I don't know. Fiona Good here, the first Minchino we hatched. It's Jolly. Oh, no, this is the second. Right, this is the first one because it's a male, and I remember the first one being male. So I might change the nickname on this one just because Fiona Good doesn't really work as well for a male. But Jolly, Skill Link, everything there you need for a nice Cinccino. Nifty, which is I think Callum's name for Scrafty, so obviously that's where it's come from there. Again, perfect. Nice IVs there. Adamant Moxie as well. Zen Headbutt, Dragon Dance, Ice Punch, and Drain Punch, all good. 6 IV Murkrow here called Swaggy, Adamant, Prankster, stuff like that. Then we have Little Mac the Tyrogue, again, perfect IVs there. Adamant Nature, and again, so that should work pretty well. I have to see what I want to evolve that into though. Then we have another Chimchar, or a Chimchar, Serious Nature, which means it's going to be mixed, and it's missing attack, so I guess we're going to be mainly doing special moves, and then obviously, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 physical attacks, I'm not quite sure. Smaug, the Charmander, 6 IV, Serious Nature, Solar Power as well, so that should work quite well as a mixed Charizard. Not sure if it'll be, well, I don't know, I'll see what I guess. Giving Tree, the Turtwig, nice perfect IV Turtwig there, Shell Armor, Adamant Nature, Worry Seed, Superpower, Amnesia, Seed Bomb. Daddy Boy, the Amass we used at 1.2, that can be leveled up and used as well as a Kufugus. Riot, another Nidoran male. This one is a timid nature though, so it should be good for you know, special attacking, but it's got hustle as the ability rather than anything else, so we'll have to see how that goes a bit. I guess hustle, sheer force, yeah, I guess they're both hustle, aren't they, which goes to sheer force on Nidoking, which is fair enough. Sorry. Then Gummy Bear, Solosis, Quiet Nature, Magic Guard, everything, missing attack, which means I'll be able to use it as, you know, another Reuniclus. I have like 4 already, but oh well. OP the Ghastly, perfect there, so I use that as probably a Mega Gengar just because it's called OP. Flameburn, Chimchar again, it's a neutral nature, so I have to see again, it might be special, who knows. Petra, the Chatot, perfect IVs and stuff. No Spoonburst 2, which is nice, and Nasty Plot. Timid Nature 2, which is all good. Caroline, Hui, the Eevee, I put Hui because it's a male rather than a female, so it sort of it was funny to me at least. Careful Nature, so it should, I'm thinking maybe a Leafeon, because Careful reduces special attack and boosts special defense, so Leafeon would sort of have reason like both defenses up sort of thing. I'm not sure about that. Blade, the Hone Edge, which is perfect there. I'll have to see how that goes though, because obviously it's adamant rather than something that doesn't reduce defense, or reduce special attack rather. Dennis, the Larvitar, which is perfect. This is one of Caroline's eggs again. Naive nature, so it might not be brilliant, but I can certainly try it out. And these down here are to check. These ones I haven't got perfect IVs, but I can certainly check them, level them up a bit, check the IVs, and see like if the speed IV for this for Crocgator is like 30. I can definitely try and use it because of the fact that it's still going to be pretty fast. It's only going to be 1 IV down sort of thing. Same with Turtle there, Mizu, Jacamundo, Alabama. So yeah, some of these are most of these 5 IVs, some of these are 4 IVs. See here, but one of them is missing special attack, so we don't need special attack anyway. Then we have like a whole box here almost. Green T-Rex, Reptar, Zed, the Espeon, which is a Squirtle, funny enough. Arnold, Checkmate, B-Legend, another 3 Tyrants overall. Lucky, Herbaceous, Abyss, Fiona Good, Quicksilver, and then Aron there, Ares I mean, Hell's Bell, Oak, Punch Out, Revi, which obviously we used in the Elite Four battle, and Elgy, and then finishing up with Monkey Butt, Insidious, and Gengar. Now I could use these for checking, or I could use them to breed from anyway, so they should all be good. But yeah, there's a nice lot of Pokemon to train out there. You'll be seeing them in Wi-Fi battles and ranked battles at some point in the future. Not sure how far, because obviously I have to train them up still. They'll probably sit in my PC box for a couple of weeks while I get some other Pokemon to EV train at the same time, because I like to train in bulk. So you will see them eventually, guys, hopefully. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But I think that's pretty much it for this Egglocke, I guess. This is the last bit of the hatching video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed the Egglocke. Obviously it's a hatching video, so there's no question of the day, or there might be, I'm not sure, but we can certainly see about that. All I can do is thank you guys for watching this hatching video, if you've made it this far, of course. Hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to my next Let's Plays as well. And I guess I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.